Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I decided to do our tarot reading on a video this morning, just to upload it and give some energy details for today. Yesterday, I had a very long day of just detox. We all need it every now and then. Detox from phone, from television, just some nice music playing in the background, no words, and completely let your body relax. So this morning, I use this deck. It's not so much a oracle deck or a tarot deck. It's literally a step-by-step deck to teach you Vedic astrology. But I've worked it into my practices once I learned how to do Vedic astrology. And it helps me call on what energy to talk about. So for 4 days in a row, fourth house and the moon have been coming up. Fourth house is your true self, your natural self, the you in your living room when nobody's there, your most comfortable self you are, with no masks, no costumes. No, this is my character. You're in your own home, you're your own energy, you're not trying to be anything or do anything, your true comfortable state. And the moon, 4 days in a row, keeps coming up. So it shows that you're reflecting on who you really are. You might be going through changes right now. These things, you might be intuitively picking up on stuff you never thought of before. You could be nurturing some emotions that have risen about your true self, things that conflict your true self, right? Really quick, we'll talk about that. So, someone once told me in a simple 10-second conversation, almost every human being lies 3 times in that 10 seconds. They don't have to be malicious lies. They could be masking, putting on a game face. All these things that we do with normal life that interfere with your true self. You wake up, yourself, I don't know, as a man I'll describe it like this: yourself in underwear in your favorite chair, drinking your favorite cup of coffee, reading your favorite book or tarot, or cooking your favorite foods. Yourself, right? And then let's say you go to work, and that requires to be somebody else. That's a mask we put on. Then let's say we go to our kids' school to pick up our kids. That's another mask we put on. So now we're double layered, right? And then throughout the day, all of your interactions are completely different than who you are in your living room. Fourth house energy. How you are in your bedroom, how you are in your marriage is way different than how you are with anyone you engage with. The person you rest in your bed with at night knows every little detail about you. And then even sometimes I've watched over my life, people in really deep relationships don't even really know the true selves of their partners. Their partners don't know the true selves of them. So all these masks is probably what you're reflecting on for the last 4 days. I get that energy too. My natural self is very calm, very relaxed, most would call lazy. And then there's life outside. I wouldn't call myself lazy because I know I do a lot. But My true self in my living room and bedroom is very calm, relaxed, not talking very much, just enjoying the moment, smiling, and feeling good. Not worrying about what's going on outside or on the news. Not a care in the world. But then life is different. We've got kids, we've got friends, we've got family, we've got tasks, we've got responsibilities, and that's where we kind of get out of sync with our home life. So if you're reflecting on this today, the reason why is you're tempering your 7th house energy. 7th house is the bedroom or partnerships. It's like that energy of your relationships, long-term partners like business, family, friend, lover, etc. And with Libra energy, here we go again with that balancing, right? Libra is the balance. She's like, okay, this is outweighing this. This is outweighing that. We need a little more here. So, what are you balancing that gets in the way of your home and bedroom self? Are you trying to please others? Are you living in harmony or balancing things for a harmonious purpose? Do you tend to your artistic soul? How is your social life? Is your social life chaotic and negative and everybody's fighting and arguing and bickering over small things? Or is it very well? Good conversations, friendly voices, good communication. Are you diplomatic? Are you stuck on aesthetics? What's influencing you? And how does that affect your psychological mind? And how can you refine this energy? This is what Moon in the 4th house for 4 days in a row has been trying to tell us. So when those cards come out, I was drawn to look at Mars, because today is Tuesday. Mars is in Cancer, the 2nd house, which is giving an emotional drive and desire for financial security. This leads to financial gains, but also leads to overspending with a tendency towards impulsive decisions. So if you find yourself in this energy, curbing your impulses is really important as a life skill. When I was learning about impulse control, I was studying through Buddhism, which taught me a lot. Let's say somebody gives you a gift and you really love that gift. It's not so much of curbing your impulses when you're in a negative way that makes the difference. It's knowing to curb those positive impulses too. Those overwhelming experiences of joy, happiness, and splendor, right? So try to focus on a little bit of impulse control today. Now that you know you have a tendency to overspend, maybe every time you see something you impulsively want to buy, instead of buy that, take that money you were going to spend on that item and put it in a savings account or a piggy bank jar or something like that. Since the moon keeps coming up, I decided to look at the moon. The moon's in Taurus of the 12th house today. You may be feeling emotionally sensitive, private, and drawn towards solitude. This is because you're dealing with deep emotions and a need for quiet healing and reflection. Moon energy is all about reflecting. And since our 4th house energy got called up today, I looked at our 4th house and we have South Node in Virgo. 4th house. This is a sign that your past life patterns are trickling through into this world. These past life patterns may give you a strong attachment to family history, routines, and a need for order and practicality in your home and family life. The reason I'm reading all this to you, these are the things affecting your 7th house energy, the energy of your partnerships, love, and business. Let me let the commercials pass. It's funny how I was speaking about K2 and Virgo and practicality and house life, and it's like, get IKEA. I think I've got enough furniture in my apartment. Anyways, this is all coming up for you to temper, to balance, to weigh the scales, okay? Like I said, this is overweighing here, this is underweighing here. Let's make this a level field. So, those are the energies that have been coming out for 4 days in a row. I do random shuffles, they keep popping out, so I thought I'd talk about them. Let's see what the tarot has to say about today's energy. You may be rebalancing from a loss you went through. It shows that you're out of the loss, but you're trying to balance your life back again. So, we've got some truth and clarity coming out. You're going to have to use logic and reason in a situation, Ace of Swords. And this might be a double-edged sword. It might cut both ways, so fair warning. But truth is always okay. The truth is there are some secrets, hidden mysteries around your scenario that are going to require you to trust your intuitive mind. The High Priestess really represents following your intuition and learning from there. She also represents knowing deep knowledge. So this card, High Priestess, is about not just trusting your intuition, but having a deep knowledge of what you're picking up on. So it's like this. I'm just going to use numbers because it's easy right now. Let's say you always see the number 444, right? But it's just a cool number to you, right? Well, if you're always seeing it, you want to know what it means. So look up what the number represents. Get really into it, right? Have a well-saturated education in the signs that you follow. Because, like the Pied Piper, right? It's easy to lead people astray when they don't have a deep esoteric understanding of their intuitive calling. That's why I always recommend you learn. Like, let's say you're into tarot. Research it, study it, learn it. There's about 300 ways to read a deck of tarot cards, and there's only 72 cards. Each card has 300 different ways you can look at it. When you become well-versed, it's like natural fluid water just flowing through you, right? You'll know by how the cards fall if it's a psychology read, if it's a relationship read, if it's money, if it's danger, if it's worry, if it's astrological, if it's quantum physics. If, there's a lot of fucking ways to read cards. I should watch my mouth. Sorry. Okay, meditation is being called upon you to help you trust your gut. So, a truth is coming. It's going to require you to have a high understanding of your intuitive callings. You're going to have to do a little meditation and forgive someone as an opportunity arises. It's not a good time to be living by your romantic impulses right now. Like, in other words, don't accept any cups of offerings of love at this time, because as this energy has come up, many people are also balancing their emotions. And what happens when people start getting into their heart space and sacral space, right? There can be a heavy need for attachment. And when people don't understand their energy yet, they could be offering that cup to anybody who they may be mistaking kindness for romantic gestures, etc., etc. But there is a new hope coming within you. This hope is renewing your faith and making you feel more fulfilled in life. But you're going to need to yourself step away from combative energy, competition, spirits that are always just arguing for no sake. Let it go. You're not involved. It doesn't suit you anymore. As my friend would say, not my monkeys, not my circus. Stick to facts, okay? There may be complications out there that want to drag you into something, and here we go back with that high priestess energy. I'll tell you a little story. Back in my days when I was a teenager, I would get myself in all kinds of trouble because I didn't listen to I didn't even think about facts. With somebody would come up to me, hey, this person, blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. We got to go fight them, right? So I'd go and fight them and then find out it was all bullshit. Stick to the facts. Facts outweigh in any situation, okay? I learned this when learning to deal with, how can I put this lightly? Facts destroy impulsive, bias people. That's why nobody really likes a judge, but the judge is the impartial person in the situation. Doesn't take a side emotionally. They study the facts. They read the information. They weigh what's going on. They trust on their jury, who also goes through the information and weighs the paper facts. Facts are the only thing you need to stick to right now, because you're renewing your life. You went through a long journey and you just found the healing. You're about to enter somewhere that you've never been before, and there's going to be a lot of fulfillment in this situation. But you're going to have to stay away from competitive people, combative nature. It's like the energy of people may come to you with hostility, passionate arguments, and chaos because really they're just upset that they didn't make the effort that you did towards whatever your goal is. You're getting somewhere, it's fulfilling. Stay away from the negative. Stick to the facts when people come at you with a bunch of passionate rage. Okay. A new spark, something new is going to ignite, and it's going to have you follow a strange path. You're looking for this fulfillment down here. You might have been through or are going through now a feeling of rejection and cast out. But this is just because you're not enlightened yet. You need this time to take solitude to find the light within. Trust in a skilled, I hate the word guru, but a wise teacher, somebody who knows traditions, facts, they'll help you fit into a society by teaching you how to integrate with the community. It's never a bad thing to trust in someone who's been there, who knows the way. Very highly educated person here. So at the moment, you're fighting this time alone, this seclusion. You might be a person that's afraid of being alone. If you know, here's some ways to know if you're afraid of being alone. Can you sit with someone in complete silence, just hanging out, without the need to talk about just random blah, right? If you're constantly finding yourself trying to fill the void of space with senseless conversation, this shows that you're afraid to take time alone to see what's within. Find your truth. Spend some time alone and find yourself. Come back in a wiser situation. You could have a shaman or a mentor who helps you. All they're going to do is help you learn to trust on your own inner energy. You can only find that by solitude. There's 1,000,001 gimmicks out there. The only one that works is to detach, to connect with your inner wisdom. Trust in yourself and find your way from there. Okay. You haven't been detaching yourselves from negative conversations. 5 of Swords inverted. You've got to learn to let bygones be bygones. Stop the argument, gather your senses, and allow each other to depart. This comes from your need for financial security. You feel like you cannot get it together unless you hold on to whatever situation keeps bringing you combat. All you have to do is save on your own. Okay, and here we go. Soon you're going to be letting it all go, getting out of your own head and releasing the trapped thoughts. Come out of this with patience. And here we go again. Put your energy into things that you already know are going to grow and just focus on that. Take your time and do not rush. Get some rest. Rest, meditation, peace, and quiet. And while you're resting, allow your mind to reevaluate what's working and what's not. You have a lot of things that could grow at this moment, but it's going to take you weeding the garden, removing the sucker vines, and allowing the flow of energy to focus on your fruits. So, this is your reading today. This card represents pause for a moment and see what inspires you. Let me see if we got one more. Does this deck want anything to say before I let the crowd go? Let's see. One card. Patience, kindness, gentleness, tenderness says more about a person's strength and will than roaring does. You don't have to handle everything with a argument or a fight or ferocity. Learn to handle things with care. Be delicate. If a challenge approaches you, just simply smile and shh. No, thank you. So, I hope this was helpful for you. Take care.